Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel, man. Good to be back, guys, as always, with another video and some interesting stuff as I tag along and do things. I find stuff that is interesting and then we put some content out about it, and hopefully it helps someone else out there too. It's through struggle that we learn. Anyway, this has been something that I've been fiddling around for a long time and wanted to make a video, and I thought, let me just do it while I'm busy with it now, So then also I've got an example and there's something to show, instead of making something up, this is the real thing. Anyway, so when you're working on a mod or a map or anything, and you've got anything in the mod, like a physical object or some other stuff that's got textures to it, like this thing, for instance, it's a cube and it's got a texture or an albedo map or a JPEG or a diffuse or whatever you want to connect it to it, So what happens if you change this? I'm just going to give you, let me just first save my work here before I lose anything. All right, so if you change this thing to anything else, for instance, you'll see now it's already part of a bigger a DDS file with a lot of stuff, and this little icon that we've got here, or logo, it's somewhere in this huge thing. There it is, you see. So it's part of something, or sometimes it's not, but anyway, the thing is, or the problem is, the material. Whatever you do here is connected to the material. So and the material, you can't change the material. It's set to that one material and that's it, So if you change anything in here, let's just change this to something else. I'm going to put this Scania logo on here because that's what I want. And then suddenly it disappears, and now all my other stuff has also disappeared because that material is connected to, or that diffuse is connected to a material. So this is a problem for us because we want to change that, and you can't do it because it's all connected in one thing, a material name. So there is a longer way of doing it, by creating a material in your R3D, physically typing it in and making a material section. It is a big schlep, but I'm going to show you a shortcut to that. So I just want to first undo. All right, so let's undo. So all you do is select the thing you want to change. Then go File, Export Selection. And then in the thing that you are working with, very, very important, in that same thing, create a folder there for yourself. I'm just going to call it temp. Let's call it temp here. Just ignore all the stuff that's flying in here from WhatsApp. We just put that aside. Okay, just temp, and then just call this thing Scania, just like that. For now, it's just the name that we're going to re-import when we're done with it, and just save it. All right, now you've exported this item, this cube, with its materials and everything to it. But what you want to do now is, I'm just going to close my main thing here for now, and then go to that thing we exported. There it is. Open that up. Just want to show you what it looks like here in the editor. We don't need to be in the editor with it, but there it is. You see the whole patoot, everything that comes with it. Can you believe it? It's that one cube. That one cube has got everything connected to it. Right. Okay, so now you can see what all is like sort of added to that thing. All right, so that gives you an idea what you're working with. So now, just to get around that, let's just delete that for now. We don't need that anymore. It's done its purpose. Let's go back to that texture and find that whole thingamabob with it. That's the Scania texture. Well, let me just first open the hall again, and then we can work from there. I'll show you the way. I actually just now forgot to do it there. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Now my right click button has been forced onto my key. Oh my gosh. All right, so here we go. Let's go back to our entrance here. No, it's the wrong entrance. It's the entrance here into the building. There's the little lizard thing. Let's select it again. It was in there. Then it was under Spedition, I think, LOD, Viz, and then plane something. Was it plane 09 or 06? I think it was. That one there, Cube. All right. Now, what you want to do is just check this albedo where it's lying. It's under textures, the office diff. That's how you know which one you're working with. So you're going to find it now. It's easy as mine because there's not a lot of stuff in this mod, you know. So it's not too difficult to find. I've already seen it. There it is. But if you've got like 2,000 stuff in a map and there's like millions of stuff, folders and whatever, it's difficult. So you just check there where it is. You could also do the following. You can click on these three little dots and it'll give you the working directory there. Then you can immediately see where exactly is this thing. All right, we're gonna use that, by the way, anyway now. So there's our little logo that we want to change. So what we need to do now is grab one of our Scania things. So there it is. So I've just opened that logo that I've got there. Just opened it up. There it is. And I go Control C in there. And I go into this one, Control and V for Victor. All right. And then I'm going to pull this thing right over that logo that we already have there, or that piece that we want to overwrite. Oh, I mustn't do that. Oops. I don't want to move it too much. Actually, what I want to do is just zoom in a bit. This unfortunately, Paint.net, I don't really appreciate these zoom things. It's always much easier if they put the scroll wheel on the zoom. Maybe there's a setting somewhere that I don't know about. If you know about a setting, I haven't done have they got preferences? No options or preferences. Maybe there's a way that you can set your things, what your scroll wheel does, you know, but anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that now. So what I want to do is just pull this thing over into this spot here. Just like that. Just come a bit closer. Make sure of that corners, because you don't want to overwrite into some, because all of these things are different stuff in your textures and stuff. So I'm going to just put it there like that. I think that should be all right. Right, and then you just save. Also a big tip, make sure you save as the correct thing. Mine is by default now, because the last one I saved was PC1 with maps and everything. So normally by default that is perfectly all right for textures and stuff in game, you know. Actually, I want to escape, save, and then just close it up. Good thing is you use the NVIDIA texture viewer that you can download for free off the internet, and you can drop any DDS on there to figure out what it is. This is a DXT5 and it's got mid-maps, and it's the size, obviously, whatever that is, very, very handy to know. But the one we were working with is this one here. See what that was? DXT1, mind you, I've overwritten it now. So you would just like to make sure before you do that. All right. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to go back into our thing here, and I just want to close this up, say no. All right, and then go back into my textures, whereas it's this one here, because it just needs to refresh that image. All right, I'm having some nice tea in the background, guys, so if you do the same, enjoy what you're drinking, because I'm there. And there you go, you see. Now we've changed that all into a nice Scania logo there for our office entrance, which I think looks good. Now you can unfortunately not bother with the background, because the Scania font is in white, you know, so you don't want to make that white, because then you're not going to see the font, you know. Very handy thing to have there. So that's all done now, guys. As you can see, it's looking good. It's not like 100% very good, the texture itself. but I think the logo itself looks alright. Just want to see why is that, because this one is fairly nice. Why is this one's quality this bad? It could be that my diffuse, you know what, it's because, yeah, that is very sad. It's because of that diffuse. We've enlarged and stretched this thing from that tiny little diffuse. If you look at that tiny little block, we've stretched now into this huge block. That's why the font looks so bad. So what I'm going to do to get around it is I'm just going to create a new cube for that, and just paint over it with my logo. I'll show you how to do that too, because I'm not happy with that at all, you know. So I'm just going to put something over that. I don't like that. It looks horrible, you know. Look at that. If you come in close, not for me, guys. Let's do it right. Okay. So what we're going to do is create a primitive cube. All right. You can do it with a plane as well. I wonder if we can do it with a plane. A cube is an object. A plane is an actual plane. No, let's do it with a cube, because cube is better. All right. Cube size. I want to first check Control B with B for Bravo, and just drop it here on top of this thing. And then I think it's the X, we make 0.001, just to make it a thin slice, you know. Alright, so I'm going to go Control B once onto this wall again, just to sort of stick it on the wall. And then we're going to sort of size this thing up to what we want, you know, the right size, like so. And then we can open this up to sort of cover this whole block a little bit more. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the current block, and then up, obviously, so we don't have anything sticking out of the old one. I think that's about correct. Just want to make sure my rotate is good. My rotate is good. Yeah, that looks great. And now I'm going to go into the wall a little bit. Yeah, it is sticking out a tiny little bit, you know, so. I think that looks great, man, guys. So what we're doing is we're sort of jippoing and pasting a thing right over that. And now we can take this cube, just drop it into our mod, so it becomes part of the mod. There it is. And then just assign the new material to that, you know, very simple and easy. Textures, Scania, go that in there, drop it in there, and there you go. That will definitely not look any better. Oh my word, what's happening here? Why is it doing that? So it's actually not that tiny little blob that is causing that. It's my actual logo. Why is my logo looking bad? This is the brand 1024. It's actually the same size that I've been using all the time, so I don't know what is going on here. Right, guys, I've suddenly come to realize should have done it with the plane. So let's just go for the plane. I think that's gonna sort out our problem. I've actually checked it out. So it's create a plane for us. So it's primitive plane, and then drop it in here. Control B on top of this thing. Pull it out a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Now, if we take a plane, you'll see it's got unnamed material, which already is linked to other stuff in the map. So if you have the same problem, just export it. Let me show you how to do that in any ways before we carry on with anything else. You'll see it's already connected to another thing, which is obviously, as you can see, my Scania logo. So I'm going to just force this thing to 90 degrees here, and then this one as well, so that we know we are square, very nice and square. Cool bananas, cool bananas. I'll leave it up there. Alright, just to get the size for now. It actually looks very nice. As you can see now, the font is much better. on a plane. So let's work that out on size again. Just pull that over there, but you get the idea what I'm doing. So this will be like for instance, almost like a decal, you know, because it won't have. If you look at it at the bottom, it's not going to have a background, so it's just going to sit on the wall. If you do it with the plane, which is nice because it forms like almost like a decal that you can have with no background and stuff, you know. So very nice. Because a cube is a solid thing and the plane is a transparent thing, so there's the differences between the two. You can clearly see the differences. That's a cube with it's a solid object, and the plane is an invisible see-through piece of thin little layer, you know, where you can put stuff on like textures and whatever. All right, so here we go. What we want to do now is just pull that up there. And I want to change the material on this because I don't want it to clash with my other materials. As you can see, it's already doing that. So once again, just select your plane or your little thing. I'm just going to call it Scania entrance, so I know what it is. Okay, and then just drop it inside of my mod once again, just like that. So it's going to lie at the very bottom. Very important to do that, guys. When you work with a mod, do not drop stuff anywhere into your mod because it's going to mess up your XML's index path. So just drop it at the very bottom if you want to add stuff to it. If you want to change something like the cube, because the cube is already set up, it's got its own index path here. So if you want to change the cube, unfortunately I can't do it because the cube is a lot of stuff in my map. So you see there, it's a lot of things that forms the cube as we saw earlier on. So we can't change, we don't have the luxury to do that. But if it's one single object, you can just drop the thing that you there, put the thing there in its place so it takes that index path. Very important for your XML to work, because sometimes your XML is linked to stuff and it's mapped in the i3D section, in the mapping section, and there's working stuff. So always just like I say, drop it at the bottom if it's a single thing. But if you want to replace, make sure you replace only that thing and there's no subcategories or whatever in it, you know. So yeah, just to make that clear. Great, so we're going to go File, Export, Selection, and once again into our, where's our thing, material, work to do. Okay, it is work in progress. Shipping warehouse. Is this the one we're working on? Shipping warehouse, yes. Okay, so I'm going to create here a new folder called temp. Let me just call it imported. I always do that because if I need to leave something in there with textures or whatever, it can stay there, you know, because I normally delete the R3Ds. You don't need the R3Ds once you've exported them. So here we go. We call it Scania. I'm just going to call it Scania entrance, so I know what it is. It's a Scania entrance. Save. Alright, so there you go. Now I'm going to just save my thing here, close it up, and then go to our little thing that we've made, Scania entrance. Right click on that, edit with not edit with Notepad, sorry for that. My Windows has gone bonkers, so that's why it's showing that once we right clicked it, it's like all crazy. If I do that again, it comes right, you know. So there's something in my Windows. It's a new version of Windows that I'm trying out, but anyway, not to worry about it. I'm just telling you about it. Right click and edit. Good, and there's your material, you see. So here's your material section specifying the material. So we want to just change this name to Scania entrance or whatever you want to call the material, Scania entrance. You see, because what's going to happen now is that material is going to get its own name and it's going to be called here. You'll see somewhere material ID 14. You see, so that is the material it calls for that shape in the scene. So now we've changed the name and it can't mess up the other stuff that we have. And then just this top piece there, you can delete that asset, export asset. It's something that Giant makes with every time you save an i3D, so you can just delete that also. That's junk mail from Giants. And then open up the mod again, back in there, and then in here. And now we can, I always close it because sometimes textures and stuff needs to refresh, you know, so I'll just close it up and reopen. Alright, so now, so what we can do now is open that up, scan your entrance. I can delete that, whoop, like so. And now, oh, let me just show you, Control Z. If we click here, you see it's still on that unnamed material type of thing. All right, so that was that. So we delete that and then import our one that we've worked on. Scan your entrance. All right, Cube 06. Just want to drop it in here on top, whoop, like so. Have I exported the wrong thing, guys? It looks like I've exported the wrong thing. Oh my word. Yep, I've exported the wrong thing. That's why it's all going bonkers now. Control Z, let me just go back. Close this up, save, no. Let's reopen it. Now, let me just fix it, guys. Do it right, you know. Scan your entrance. Okay, there you can see that is the right thing. It's not got all the other stuff selected. So let's just try this again. It's got the unknown material. So we go File, Export Selection, and just overwrite that existing one. Save, replace it, yes. Close this up, don't save. Import it, scan your entrance, right click, edit with Notepad, and there you go. Now we call this Scania entrance material. Just like that. So we know we are sorted. So now suddenly I can see there's a different material number, which just sounds better. Good. All right. Easy peasy. Back to our import, and then we can just import that one and delete the other one. Now it should be fine, guys. Bear with me. Good stuff. Oh my gosh. And there it's going again. I hate it when it happens. Man, I don't know why it does that, but anyway, sometimes it gets stuck on that key. When you press that key and nope, your right button just sort of disappears, you know. Okay, so scan your entrance. We can delete that. Import, boop, scan your entrance on there. And now you'll see there's our new material. So now we have our own separate material, which is good. And it's all cleared up and nice. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm just going to paint a black dot over that existing one so that I can have my real Scania material there. So I'm just going to save this once I've dropped this in here. Bloop. Okay, like there. Save it up. Close up. And then let's go back into that texture. This one here. Like so. Zoom in nice and close. Doop. All right. I wonder why that thing looked so bad, but like I say, it's possible that we it's not supposed to look that bad, you know. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's possible that I messed up the quality of the logo, you know, by maybe saving this as the wrong thing. I normally save it as DXT1, which is a fairly low format, you know. But if you look at the other stuff, it's not really that high texture as well, you know. But anyway, doesn't matter. We are almost there. So all I want to do now is mask this whole little thing. I'm not too close or not close enough. So let's come closer so I can mask it properly. Right, so let us mask that nicely. No, that didn't work well. It's too high. Yeah, that's better. I think we've got it right there. Oh, that's white here. That's it. All right, and then we want to fill this material with black color. So we're just going to select black. It is selected as the primary, and then just fill this this spot here with black, like so. All right. And then, for some reason now, it looks like we're going to use the paintbrush rather, because the black now has nicely left us an image there. Alright, so there we go. Just make it nice and black. Press escape to make sure it's set, dropped into its place. Save it up. Good. I actually would like to check the original when I'm done with all of this, just to make sure about that. It's always good before you work on a thing to make sure you know what you are working with, you know. And it's a fairly big, I think it's 2048 by 2048, so a fairly big image, you know. So yeah. Anyways, focus Farmer Bob. Let's do it. Now, if we go back now, we should have a nice black background there for our Scania logo to drop onto. Sorry guys, I think my keyboard is busy backing up. That's probably what's happening. I've been working way too much. Scania. As you can see now, we've got a nice background for it, and I'm going to just Control and B here in the center, so I can sort of align this thing to where I want it, and then it will drop it for you onto the wall, as you can see. And I'm going to just pull it back and forward until I can see the whole logo nicely. I think it was in any way very close. How's that, guys? That looks very nice. We actually need some light here in the corner, because that logo looks a bit dark here on the side, you know. Maybe it's just the lighting in this hall, because it's definitely the lighting in the hall, guys. I just added the light in here. But anyway. Alright, so now we've got our logo key put out there very nicely. And the rest of our stuff is still looking the way it should be. You know, like very well worked out. And just want to see the rest of my logos. They look good. Yep, they all look good. I'm sure I've wanted another one here in the office as well. Maybe on that wall as you walk into the office. This wall is a bit empty. It's either that one or that one. But I think this side, yeah, we can add another logo. But anyway, that I'll do on my own time. I wanted to just show you the material problem. Whenever you have a material problem, you do that. You export the thing, go into the i3D, edit the i3D and change the material name, then re-import it. And now, just to show you, I'm going to save it. Close it up, and I'm going to delete this i3D now, and it should be back or still be there when I pull it in, because the i3D gets imported into your i3D, into the main i3D, you know. So we should still have our thing there. There we go. You see, even though the i3D is now not there anymore, it is now part of the actual main i3D. This one here, it's part of this one, because we've imported it. But textures and stuff, you can't do it with textures, but i3Ds, you always remove all the extra i3Ds you created once you're done. Alright, great. So yes, guys, I just thought I'll drop that in here, show you how to do that, and yeah, just save a bit of time and struggle, you know, for you, hopefully. Great, man, guys. Thank you so much for watching. One last thing, if this is your first time on my channel, a warm welcome. I forgot to welcome everyone. Please do remember to subscribe and to like if you do like my content. Do appreciate. And also thank you so much to all my supporters at Patreon. You guys are awesome. Bless you all. Take care, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.